What is up, YouTube? Today I am going to be reviewing the first 2025 Demolition Derby car that I have. So this, I actually got a steal of a deal on it from my cousin, and I was going to run it in the Most Wanted Fine Arts, but I actually think I'm going to run this in a compact class since the front is a little weak tie rod wise from what I've heard on the older generations. So I figured throw it in the compact class since I do have a different car for the Most Wanted Fine Arts, and we are going to run two cars up at Ludington here in Michigan, the Western Michigan War Zone, and then yeah, see how they do. But this is a 2008 Volvo XC70. What really spiked my interest was obviously it's a wagon. I looked at the rear end. The rear end's actually set up like my Grand Caravans are. The 2008 I ran, the red one, I did really well. It's got aluminum in the back, but it really don't matter. But everything else is steel, and I mean it looks exactly like the minivans. This is all-wheel drive, so I will have to pull the rear drive shaft. I haven't really looked at the frame much, in the rear at least. I don't know, we're gonna have to strip it and then show you guys what it looks like. Here's the front. The front really got my interest as well. I mean, if you look at it, this is all metal. Just an extra meat shield. I mean, there's not much metal, but extra metal is extra metal. You also got this bar here. I don't know what it is, but it's an extra solid piece of steel. And then if you look down here, there's another bar right here, and that is not the core support. This is. I don't know what this bar is. That may be where the engine mounts, I'm guessing. One of the engine mounts are. The frame here. This is part of the frame, I believe. Yeah. This little bar here is part of the frame, I'm guessing. It comes down here. It's got a little gusset here that's just bolted and welded. And then that goes down all the way back there. So it looks pretty solid in the front end. Everything here steel, the spindles, the CV axles. Look how big that CV axle is. When I first seen that, I was like, dang. The fuse box and everything is somewhat of a good location. I'm gonna see how much playroom I have with all this, but it looks like it may be able to move depending on how many wires are behind here. Battery's actually in a pretty solid location where it's at, but that's gonna go inside of the cab. The serpentine belt is under this cover. Everything's under this cover, which is kind of crappy because if the serpentine belt goes, I need to replace it. You kind of got to remove all this stuff. This is the main downfall of it, other than this big aluminum motor mount, but I can replace all that, is this plastic intake manifold. And it goes up in this big air box, but I was thinking, what was I thinking about doing? Oh yeah, I was thinking about doing something, but it won't work because if you look, all of this is electronic because it's new, obviously. And if you look right down here, I can zoom in. So the air box is here, it drives right down here into there, and guess what we have right there? The throttle body. So, with that being said, I don't know how well this car is going to do. As long as I can keep driving backwards and get the back end to come in nice and stay backwards and take a few wheel shots and stuff. Just nothing super hard head on or repetitive head on. Should be fine, but I am going to probably strip the whole entire front end out. I don't know if I'm going to loop the radiator hoses. I think I'm going to run the radiator in there. But I'm going to try and clear out as much stuff as I can to make it so it bends either above or around the throttle body. But now that I look at it, it's kind of tucked away. I mean, it's probably going to break the intake manifold and whatever we got here. I'm not sure what this is. Throttle body, I don't know, or something to do with air temp, maybe, I'm guessing, because it's right on the intake. Yeah. Everything other than the plastic there in the front and this big aluminum motor mount looks pretty good. This is very, very fragile. Look how small this motor mount is. That is just ready to break. Oh, actually, that's not even a motor mount. This is the motor mount. This is something to do with, like, what do they call it? Not a torque mount or whatever. But so the motor, when it kicks back, it doesn't kick back too far. Without this, it's just going to rock back and forth. It kind of just holds the motor somewhat into place. I forgot what they call them. But more than likely, I'm going to replace all of this if I am allowed to. I mean, probably just create my own thing, get a nice metal plate, drill a triangle, run it over, and then go from there. I don't know, I've never really made my own motor mount, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Looks like the mice got in here. And, ooh, that's a dead mouse. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, I'm excited to start stripping this thing. I'm going to start stripping it now, and then I'll give you guys a update video on how far I got, which probably will not be long. I mean, far. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, leave a like and subscribe. If you guys want to see me run some different out of the ordinary or cars that people haven't ran, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, because I definitely have a few plans this summer with cars. So I will catch you guys in the next video.